Hey friends, Jeff here with RV Optimizer, and today we're going to compare two B-Class four-wheel drive off-road RVs. And they happen to both be Storyteller RVs. So let's see what the difference are between these two classes. I'm going to go grab us an expert, and while I do, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'd greatly appreciate that. Now let me go find an expert who can walk us through these RVs. Okay, so I found my buddy Carl Gwynn here at La Mesa RV, and he's going to take us through some of the highlights of these two RVs.
Thank you. Yes, this is the 2023 Storyteller Overland Mode LT. We've added a couple extras to this, but this is an all-wheel drive Ford Transit platform. Very, very popular, very, very car-like to drive. They put the one-piece running boards on this. The build quality on Storyteller, the fit and finish is fine. You won't find any sharp edges. This means I can run my hand on most everything in here. There's no sharp bolt heads, there's no sharp corners. Very, very nice build quality. The Ford Transit chassis, it's an all-wheel drive platform. I love the large Tesla-like screen. And this all-wheel drive platform is a system that is always functioning. There's nothing somebody needs to turn on or off to get four-wheel drive. So if you get into a slippery road condition, it's very easy to drive the vehicle without getting out of control. We do have the ability to run front passengers, and we've got two little jump seats here with seat belts, and it does have handles back here. We can lay this into a bed, as well as back here these two will come together and make a bed right here. They integrate the shower system here as part of the toilet area. So down here comes with a little porta potty instead of a cassette toilet. They've gone with porta potty. And if I took this out of here, this is my shower pan. And up in here, lo and behold, is my shower. This pulls out to about here. Here would be my shower curtain. I can take a quick shower and spritz off. Most people that buy these will use the outdoor shower out the back of the vehicle and spray off. It's the same water source. You don't have to have water throughout the RV, so this is a nice way to go.
Yeah, interesting way they set that up. So if it's too cold outside, you can come inside and do
Absolutely. And then this does zip away. So this goes up. This goes up here. And so here we show 119 hours remaining on almost 100% charge, and we are not plugged in right now. But remember, we don't really have anything functioning. We don't have a microwave running. So it's giving us this calculation for what we currently are running.
Yep. And the indicator here just tells us, I guess, that we're off in battery.
Yep, and this just puts that away when you want to go to sleep. You can turn that off, so now there's no green lights when you're trying to sleep.
Got it.
The main panel's gorgeous. The lighting page, for example, your reading lights, if you want to raise that or lower that, it's very easy to do. You can also do all of them or just one at a time. Climate control, obviously we've got air conditioning back here that will run off of our lithium battery. And so you can just set your temperature. We're inside right now, and I don't have this hooked up, so I'm not going to turn my air conditioner on, but if you set it at a target temperature of 75, it'll do what it needs to do to get there.
Now, does this have a generator on it as well?
No generator, full lithium.
So a little kitchenette here, I guess, little fridge.
So a little dinette, little galley here. Sink is a little deeper than normal. This pulls up. It's not, I've seen a lot of Class B RVs when you pull this up and this wants to fall down just from the weight of this. This is very nice materials that are used. This refrigerator, by the way, it's ice cold. You can stand right outside the door. You don't have to come into the RV to load the refrigerator. You can stand right there and load it.
Yeah, nice.
This does come with a Jbl Power Bar. This here, if you want to listen to music, you can Bluetooth it. So since we don't have a radio system back here, they do supply this for you.
And it comes with a little microwave.
A little microwave. If you notice in the cabinetry, this is all material lined. That eliminates a lot of road noise traveling through this back end that's hollow. And it's a very, very nice riding RV and not a bunch of rattles.
Yeah. So storage during the day and fold the beds down here at night.
Yep, and notice there's no access to get into here because this is where we have a lot of our components. We have a lot of lithium batteries going on. We have an inverter. On B vans, there's really not a place to put this below the floorboard because now it's exposed to the elements.
Yeah. Well, let's quickly walk around the outside and then let's go compare it to the other one.
Perfect. Sounds great. We do have solar up top, and it's basically about a 100-watt solar panel. It's hard to see from here. We'll try to get you a shot of that. If you ever wanted to buy an extra solar panel, this is a direct connect into the solar. It's already got a solar controller on board. And if you need some power outside, remember our lithium batteries can function a microwave, a crock pot, an air fryer. So if you brought something like that, or a coffee pot, a Keurig, you can set it on a little table right outside here.
It's beautiful.
We've added this. This is a great system. This can lock. You can adjust the shelf up and down, but this little bit of storage is a lifesaver on some of these B vans. It's awesome to have. That's mounted into the framing of the vehicle, and then we also added a spare tire over here. And this is a system that we add here at the dealership level. That's not factory.
Nice.
Back here, you notice the controls, they're all brass and stainless steel. We don't have a lot of plastic and stuff on Storyteller. These are actual metal, all the way down, metal. And then, of course, we talked about the shower. If you wanted to shower out back here, you could just shower off here, get the sand off your legs, and hop in the vehicle. We want to go to an RV park, and we want to plug in, and we want to plug our power in. Here's where your city water would come in. Max pressure, 45. I recommend getting a pressure regulator to go right here between your hose and the RV so that you don't blow your plumbing out inside. You're going to see a lot of motorhomes with smart plugs anymore. Matter of fact, remember, inside when we were looking, this was not plugged in when we were looking at the lithium battery pack that was giving us 125 hours of power runtime on the power in those batteries.
Yeah, and the big difference in the smart plugs is we've all been taught you plug it into your RV first, then you go over to the panel, flip the switch up. In the smart plugs, it's actually the opposite, right? Because you get to see, do you have a good current? And then you plug it right in. There's no twisting of the handle that gives you the bad connection and the hot plugs.
Right, real easy to tell. So just like you said, power's coming in, disconnect feature, push those together, give it a little pull, and you're done.
Yeah, I think that's great advancement.
Yeah. And then, of course, keyless entry. This is a Ford product here. Fuel is hidden. There's no fuel cap on these, but when this closes and you lock your door, nobody can get into your tank to siphon fuel. Up top, you're going to see a small solar panel, which is a trickle charger. Remember, a lot of people get solar energy, and it's basically a trickle charger to tender the batteries. You see that up there on the other side of the air conditioner there, that little panel?
Yep, the little solar panel there.
Yep. Quick, easy way to get up there with the side ladder, and you can take a squeegee and squeegee that off.
And great extra storage.
Extra wonderful storage up there.
So that's a quick overview on the mode.
Yes.
So now let's compare to the Beast Edition, right, Carl?
Yes, this is a Storyteller Mode Beast Edition, and we have added a couple of extras that, you know, obviously didn't come from the factory, but I think you're going to like this. This is a real off-road vehicle. This can go into 4-load, where the one we just looked at is an all-wheel drive platform.
Yeah, this thing looks like it's ready to go. It's mean, and it is well equipped.
Handles wonderful. The extra suspension work that they've done to this, the handling capabilities on this are remarkable. They didn't cut any corners on this at all. As you can see, the inside is going to look very, very similar to what we just looked at, where this is the shining star is all of the off-road capabilities, the handling characteristics of a true 4x4 or a 4-low system versus an all-wheel drive platform. Okay, so here we are, Mercedes-Benz platform, Storyteller Overland Beast mode, and this is number 186.23. The 23 obviously is it's a 23 motorhome, and it's a number 186 built. This Mercedes platform, to put this in 4-low, is a very easy function to do. We've also got auto start over here, which we can turn on or off. And auto start is a system that you can start when you're away from the vehicle a short distance to get it started up. A lot of the things that have been added other than the Mercedes platform are a lot of the switches. You can tell this is not a Mercedes-Benz system, but these are switches like lights outside, the KC lights, feels much like an airplane when you're sitting in here and you're starting to play with these knobs.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
One other thing I wanted to show you on the steering wheel, this little square, everybody wonders what this little square is when we first get in, and it's really, I've got a video just on the Mercedes chassis out on YouTube somewhere, and I'm sure people can find it, but if you watch my thumb, I'm actually moving that screen, so this is like a little mouse pad. And when I get to where I want to go, let's call it the info area, I just press in on that and it takes me straight in. Now I continue to go left and right. I can go into my vehicle consumption. I can go back to the home page. So I can function everything on the radio with the right side of the steering wheel. The left side of the steering wheel, as soon as I touch this little square, if you notice up in here, there's a little red dot that pops up on the dash with some numbers below it. I can go through now and look at my current fuel consumption. I can look at where I've started, how long I've coasted, what my acceleration is. So this little is basically a triangle inside of a square, and it will show you how you've been operating the vehicle. Whether it be downhill coasting, uphill accelerating, it'll give you all of that data.
Yeah, so really you can do everything from keeping your hands around the steering wheel, right?
Including voice recognition. Okay, Mercedes, turn on my passenger's heated seat. If you look over here. So now I'll turn that system off. Okay, Mercedes, turn off my passenger's heated seat. Now the seat's off.
Nice.
One other thing I want to point out on this seat system over here. This is the seat control, so if I want my front part of the seat to come up, I press on the front part. If I want the seat to go forward, if I want to recline forward or recline backward, I just press that. Now, notice it has 3 positions for memory. This is memory 1, 2, and 3. So, I might have driver 1 for somebody that's sitting here, the passenger 2 for somebody sitting here, or if I turn the seat around into the house, I might want to use that as number 3 for once I've spun the seat, so I don't have to manually hunt around for it or reach back here to my power seat system once I've spun the seat into the house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wireless cell phone charger, you can just drop your phone up in there, it will charge, or connect to one of the 3 ports up here. Most people don't realize, but hidden way down here is going to be a 12-volt port, another port, and then way down below is a place to hide your remote key fob.
Yeah, and you need to know that because if it doesn't recognize it, it's going to yell at you and not start until you put it in there.
Exactly. Yep. So if you lose connection, that's where you put your key fob, is inside of there, and it'll manually connect to the vehicle and allow the engine to start.
Yeah, got it. And looks like same in-house shower system. And
same in-house shower system. This particular one, we have the bed made up. So this is where you would sleep sideways across from east to west.
But it also gives you a great idea of how much storage space you really use underneath the bed.
Yeah, that's a huge area down there.
Yep. And your little shower / porta-john area.
Yes.
Same thing with your AC unit, your little microwave.
Yep. Same exact kitchen galley, same faucets throughout.
They have these little built-in places to keep some of your utensils and stuff.
All over. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice, nice. So really the biggest difference between these 2 units is, one, the Mercedes chassis, and then just really the 4-wheel drive components.
Mercedes chassis, the components on the 4-wheel drive, lithium battery packs. This has got upgraded suspension. I think we looked at the coilovers on the front, and if you look at the leaf springs on the rear, there's a huge amount of leaf springs. So if we were to come off of a bump and hit, it's not going to bottom out. It's a very stout machine.
Cool. Well, let's check out some of the outside.
Yep. And then you might want to take a sneak in here. There's, I don't know if you can get your phone in there. There's a Fox shock.
Oh yeah, Fox suspension.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep. And of course the same solar hookup, exterior power if you need it. This we can attach all kinds of things. So they make water bottles that'll attach here. You can put a cabinet on the back of this that's lockable.
You put the shovels and the axes and
yep.
all that
We've
rough
added,
stuff you need.
Yep, we've added the extra step here. So very easy to step into the vehicle. And then from the back, we can turn cargo lights on or off. These are the lights that are in the cargo area below the bed. Of course, we've got power if you need it. and the same shower system and water system. So this whole thing controls, this is our water control center. So if we want to fill a tank, or if we want to just use the pressure from a garden hose, it would pressurize our plumbing system here.
Nice. Now, did the other one have all these little compartments in it like that?
They did not. So this is just added. This is the beast mode, so they just give us lots and lots of extras all the way around on the inside here. This is a heat port. Remember, this is going to heat very nicely. This has got a wonderful heating system on it. Down the driver's side, still potable water coming in, exhaust for our heating or furnace system, and again a smart plug, 30 amp, 125 volts. Right about here, this is knocked out just a little bit, and it's knocked out just a little bit on the other side. Not as far on the other side because we have a sliding door that goes there, but this is knocked out so that somebody that's 6 foot tall is able to sleep. Now, if this was the same width as the van, this extra 3 or 4 inches on each side makes a huge difference. Like the Ford Transit chassis, this is your fuel door, and of course this is diesel fuel, so we will have a cap. And diesel fuel, this actually will get locked. I can press my remote, lock my door, nobody can get my fuel.
So was the first one not diesel?
It was gasoline.
Okay.
So there's another difference. Diesel motors, turbo diesel motors, much more expensive to make than a gasoline engine. Less moving parts on a diesel motor. LED lights throughout up here. And here's an airport. And when I say an airport, you can hook up, this has got an onboard compressor. So if we had to pump something up, we can plug right into that and pump our tires up, or a floaty that we want to float.
Two awesome vehicles made for similar things, but in a very different way.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk price between the two.
Obviously, when it says beast, that's going to be the bad one.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going to be able to handle most everything we throw at. Storyteller Overland that we looked at down here, that Mode LT, that is one that is a very car-like driving vehicle. It's not intimidating. This one's going to sit a little bit taller, and this is going to have a very taut ride to the road, so that it's waiting to get off road, to where that other one is going to be pretty nice on slippery road conditions, but really if you get off road,
Not
you might...
as serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so between the two, we're looking about, if I remember correctly, about a $50,000 difference?
About 50, 55 grand difference. And remember, we have added a couple of little toys onto these, which does bring the price up a little bit.
Well, Carl, thank you for taking us through some of the highlights of these two products. They're pretty awesome machines for people who are looking to make their own paths out there. Two new options for them. And there again, if you have any questions, I'll put Carl's contact information in the description section here. So friends, as always, I hope your future RV trips are optimized.